I'm Kieran McDonnell from Spartan News with my trusty camera crew, and along with Chris being very helpful this day. This is the third annual SPA Push-Ups for PTSD, a fundraiser which collects money and raises awareness for people whose lives are influenced by PTSD. But this year, it's introduced a different concept, PTSI. PTSI, or post-traumatic stress injury, as most of us know as PTSD, is a biological injury that develops after a person has experienced a terrifying event, focused on it being an injury rather than a disorder. People suffering PTSI often suffer or experience constant nightmares, depression, flashbacks of their traumatic events, and anxiety connecting to their events, which in long term gets worse. Last year, in order of support for people suffering from PTSD and PTSI, our school staff and students and fellow police officers did over 111,000 push-ups and raised over $1,000. This year, to surpass our former goal of $1,000, SBA will try to raise $3,000 to help those affected by PTSD and PTSI.
I'm Brianna Scott with Spartan News. So why do you believe supporting PTSD and PTSI is a good thing?
Well, supporting PTSD is very important because a lot of the people that we know in a variety of different social circles or professions have been impacted by it, and it not only affects us but affects our family as well, family and friends.
I'm with Brett Schaefer. Brett, you were one of the 2 individuals who last year managed to do over 2,000 push-ups. Why so many? What's your strategy?
Ben's strategy was to push each other just to go beyond what we thought was physically possible. So he would get, I would go to class, he would get 1,000 ahead of me, I'd come back, I would do 2,000. And then he'd come back to 3,000, and it just went back and forth.
Right on, some friendly competition there.
Ms. Stamp, from a teacher standpoint, will this fundraiser remain a tradition in our school? And how can we as a school promote this tradition for new students and staff or people who are not informed on PTSD or PTSI?
Well, we're really hoping that since this is our 3rd year that it will continue on. I can see this going on for years to come. Every year it gets bigger and we raise more money, we do more push-ups. So it looks like we'll keep going. In terms of promoting our tradition with this event, I think that every year it becomes more and more apparent how important it is. I think the more that we bring awareness to mental illness and PTSD, PTSI, the more that we realize it affects most people in some way. So I think that it's starting to connect with people on a deeper level, so people are putting more of themselves into the event.
Last year, we collected over $1,000 to support the Wounded Warriors Foundation, who supports people affected by PTSD and PTSI. For our goal of $3,000 this year, what can we do as a school to meet this expectation?
I think we all need to kind of take a hard look at what's important in our lives and where we can probably spare a few dollars. I think most people can kind of take a look at what they spend money on every week and can probably spare $2 or $3 to put towards a worthy cause such as Wounded Warriors rather than going out for a coffee or maybe buying lunch.
I agree with that. I do. Why do you believe that taking part in this event is a good thing?
Well, like I said, I think that a lot of people have been touched by PTSD or PTSI in some way. And if you haven't personally been touched by it, I think that you can at least empathize with those that have. And you can realize that the small act of just doing even 10 push-ups in a day just shows that support for people who are struggling and that they have the support of people that will be there for them.
Those are very inspiring words, Ms. Stamp. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Neshko, What is your thoughts on this friendly competition to support PTSD and PTSI?
I think it's a great opportunity to spread awareness about the mental illness that's going around for war vets and anyone who's been developing PTSD or has had PTSD. It's just great to kind of bring awareness to it in a fun way like this.
It truly is a great way. So Neshko, it's lunch, it's been block 2. How many push-ups have you done so far, and do you plan on doing any more?
I've done 20 now for lunch, just waiting for this interview to happen. But for my third block, I'm gonna try to get to 200.
Okay, right on, man. Gonna get them stickers.
What does this event mean to you?
Well, this event is very close to my personal life and my family, just because my husband, Eddie, was in the Canadian Armed Forces in the Princess Patricia's Canadian Light Infantry and served a tour in Afghanistan in 2008. And as a result, when he came home, he had some major differences in his way he was coping with life and his personality. So we, of course, knew that something had changed significantly in him. And when he was diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder, it became something that we started to deal with in our everyday lives. His anxiety, he struggled driving, sleeping, and it was a major change to his personality. Overall, as a person living with him, it has its ups and downs. Of course, you always want to be as empathetic and supportive and understanding as you can be. It's been tough for him, and it's something that he's going to be dealing with for his entire life. So the fact that we're bringing this awareness to everyone and trying to educate them that this is something that many people experience, not just soldiers and first responders, it's an important day, I think.
Thank you to the Wounded Warriors Foundation for supporting those with PTSD and PTSI, to our students, staff, and local police force, as well as any other participants for donating and contributing to this event. We sincerely hope to find you here again next year. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your time, Supreme Overlord Leader Neshko.
Thank you, comrade.